started as an excuse to get to warmer weather in the winter has spawned decades of competition and tradition, and today, once again, these two will square off to find out who will take home the coveted jeweled shillelagh. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see the number 24 team in the country, the USC Trojans, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Trojans will kick it away to start us off. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Tight end now in motion. Running to the left. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Back to pass, it's Webb. He tries to take the top off. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive.
Turning it on. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
The Trojans are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Great job by the back on the option.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Cross-country rivalry between these old foes. It started because Newt Rockney's wife wanted to go to California late in the season, and the next chapter unfolds today.
That sounds perfect. If my wife wanted to do the same thing I would do. Happy wife, happy life. It's always interesting to hear how these rivalry trophies come about, but I know one thing. USC, Notre Dame, every year, Palmer, is appointment television.
It is. My brother Billy played for Notre Dame, and I'll be honest, I used to get jealous watching him play against the Trojans, whether it was at Coliseum or whether it was at Notre Dame.
Just keeps moving. Smashes ahead. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Finds his man. It's Need. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Dropping back, it's Webb. Got a man, it's Need. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. Going for 6. And he's got it. Touchdown, Irish.
Man, diving catches always look sweet, but they look even sweeter when it's for a touchdown. That's shades of Desmond Howard back in the day, winning a Heisman Trophy and making catches against Notre Dame. That was unbelievable.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This rivalry nearly 100 years old now, guys, dating back to when Newt Rockne had made the Irish a power and Howard Jones had done the same for the Trojans.
So many names, and then if you go recent, I mean, everybody remembers the Bush push and just so many great games in this matchup. Every year it seems like the game means a lot, and obviously, Palmer, you add a trophy, it just gets way better.
It's like the greatest players to ever do it. I mean, Joe Montana for Notre Dame, Marcus Allen, his Heisman Trophy with the Trojans, and you're right. We could go on and on and on, and it always seems like those guys play their best games in this rivalry classic.
Moving away from pressure. On the move, he fires. Complete to the right. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
And that is a big-time play for the offense. The defense knew coming into this game they had to keep this guy bottled up and keep him in the pocket. That didn't happen there. He was able to buy time, extend the play. Receivers are in scramble drill mode. He finds a guy. He's accurate, off schedule, and the defense now has to do a much better job keeping this guy contained, or they're going to get lit up just like that.
And the Trojans now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to fire on second down. Looking for a deep man. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got room on the return. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
Now on the move. They finally rustle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? And having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his hand down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
Going to try to get it. There he goes. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Gets it to him on the screen. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Scanning the field, it's Webb. Skips away from pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that second down incompletion. Might be calling a hot route. Gives it to the back on the draw. He is stopped well short of the first down marker at the 15, and let's see what they do on fourth.
Now, fourth down.
Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. Good right down the boulevard. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Illinois is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Jeff George should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Rutgers. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Pick up the first down on the ground like that, and it would make Sam Bam Cunningham proud.
All right, I'm going to need a little education. Give me some context on Sam Bam Cunningham.
He was a great, powerful, hard-nosed running back for some of those great Trojan teams of John McKay. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll take a deep shot here. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Oh, man, the coach might want to think about putting this defender on offense. He almost dragged his toe in bounds. That was almost an interception. Nice job.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Caught. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
Man, your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on fourth down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
Grabs it in the middle. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
Look at that, just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on third down.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Oh, he's got some space. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Fires to the big fella. Oh, it's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And that's a great job by the defender that time, locating the ball on the ground and hopping on it for a fumble recovery. And guys, that's the second straight game this guy has had a fumble recovery. Had one there last time out, and he's got another one here.
They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Here comes the offense on second down. On the option. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There's a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds onto that football, he might not score a touchdown. He's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Here's the handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. The Trojans will try to convert on fourth down. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. And the Trojans line up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Here comes the option. Now the toss. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. They'll try the run.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Going for the big play. He's got it down the right side. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down. The Trojans in a good spot here with second and short. Wants to go up top. Unloads it left. Just a Barishnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Finds a man in the middle. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
First and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. Touchdown, Southern Cal! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And that's a touchdown this offense absolutely had to have to keep it to a one-possession game before going into halftime. That touchdown is going to do wonders for this team's confidence.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. To the air on first down. Scrambling away. He'll pull it down. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Wants to go up top on first down. Lost one deep down the right side. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
They go to the ground. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
This running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first two plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on third down expecting him to get the ball again.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing. Breaks into the open. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
And now the offense just said, oh, you don't think he's going to run it? You're not going to account for him? I'll do that. Great job taking advantage of the numbers. When you're an offense and you have a quarterback that can do this occasionally, it just puts that little bit of doubt in my head, makes me play it a little bit more on defense.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Rush is on him. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision, but it's a tough decision to make.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. Got his man quickly. There he go. Got some room and into the goal line. Touchdown USC. And that one will give them the lead.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They'll start this drive going to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down. He picked up a big chunk of yardage there, and there will be Irish jigs going in the stands.
Yeah, and a lot of excitement. If they can find these down-the-field explosive plays and find a wide receiver out there they can depend on, this offense can really explode and take off to a new level.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Irish come to the line facing second and short. Leaves it with the back. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. They've got it at the 41. Third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's the pressure. And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Calls his own number. And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Back to throw, it's Webb. Unloads to the right. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They'll leave it with him. Got the first down and still on his feet. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Got his man. Turning it off. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown Trojans. Once he got some room, it was over.
How about that? His second.
Oh, and the extra point is blocked. Still on his feet, and remember, he can return it. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Going right to work up top. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
Might be changing the route. To the air, it's Webb. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
It'll be a draw. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line, and it'll be fourth down. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Wide receiver going in motion. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. A lot of defenders around on that screen. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Ooh, and they almost had another one, and this defense is dialed in, man. The interception on the last possession, almost another one there. They've got a really good read on this passing game.
Going to swing it on second down. Using the quick game. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Notre Dame right back to the line. Wide receiver comes in motion. This is a designed run. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking to throw, it's Webb. Buys a little time. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And the shot play downfield falls harmlessly to the turf, and we've played 3 quarters. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. He'll ride his man on the option. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Listen, there's so many athletic quarterbacks now that do the design runs. I got to make them pay. I got to physically hit him as hard as I can, as many opportunities as I get. They run the design quarterback run. Nice job being physical, forcing the fumble.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. And the Trojans will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Here come the Irish back on offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the 4th quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
Release to the back. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Trojans. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job, not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
Ready to get moving. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Wide open downfield. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down. Notre Dame lines up quickly.
And if I'm a defense, dude, I am perfectly fine with this. Like, I'm not giving up big plays. I'm keeping everything in front of me. The probability of them going the length of the field twice and getting 2 two-point conversions is very, very small. So stay patient. Don't get over your skis.
So now it's 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Finds a man on the left. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down.
And And that's kind of crazy. I didn't think that would happen coming into this football game. I didn't think we'd get in the fourth quarter and just call his name. This offense, man, he is a big play, dynamic weapon. They got to continue to get him the ball more because he can make enormous plays for your offense.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Webb. This time on target.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
Throws to the wideout. On target to the left. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. He wants to throw it again. He wants it all. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Snapped it in the shotgun. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years coaching everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. On the option. A timely pickup to get the first down there, and it took a little something out of the crowd, too.
I just love it when my quarterback knows situational football. They run the option. He understands. It's 4th and short. Like, I got to stick my nose in there, get north-south, and try to get that first down. I love when I have a quarterback that can do that.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And this one is just about in the books. The defense can stop the clock one more time as the offense takes a knee. Tommy Trojan rides with a sword on his belt and a jeweled shillelagh at his side after knocking off the Fighting Irish. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.